Now at 6 and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a pair of human traffickers arrested in Victoria County.
The bodies of 3 people and a dog rescued from a well in an Elgin cornfield.
And a parent's worst nightmare after their daughter dies of cardiac arrest at cheer camp.
Well, some of you have plans for this weekend. I wish I could tell you there's going to be a change, but triple digits is going to continue. More heat advisories and more red flag warnings. We'll be talking about that coming up.
And the athlete of the week is not in Victoria anymore, but he had a great week. Also, a former Victoria East quarterback is on an NFL field. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker.
And I'm Karina Garcia.
Victoria County Sheriff's deputies arrested 2 suspects on human trafficking charges Thursday morning. 58-year-old Renee Aguirre Alanis and 59-year-old Araceli Aguirre were stopped for a traffic violation in the 10,000 block of US Highway 77 South. The deputy noticed a woman laying down in the third row of the vehicle trying to hide. Aguirre Alanis and Aguirre told the deputy that they would be paid $1,500 if they took the woman from Mission to Houston. Bail not set on these felony charges. Hallettsville police arrested 21-year-old Harley Joe Otto of Hallettsville for a traffic violation on the 1000 block of East 4th Street Wednesday night. During a search, a loaded handgun, marijuana, and other narcotics were found inside the vehicle. Otto faces a gun charge and 2 drug possession charges. National Hurricane Center forecasters now saying they are now forecasting an above average season. KTRK reports the National Hurricane Center expects 14 to 21 named storms, 6 to 11 hurricanes, and potentially 2 to 5 major hurricanes. That's Category 3 or greater. This is an increase from their prediction in late May, which was for an average or normal season. Forecasters believe extremely warm water temperatures could work against the usual unfavorable conditions an El Nino pattern could provide.
The National Weather Service issues excessive heat warnings for 2 area counties, DeWitt and Lavaca counties, under excessive heat warnings until 9 o'clock tonight. The National Weather Service says temperatures up to 108 degrees are expected. And with that, let's take a look at your forecast with First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis.
Well, thank you very much. Just want to make a difference between the temperature and the heat index. I mean, the temperature today got up to 101 for us. The heat index was feeling like 108, and that's how your body, it's called the feel-like temperature, how your body reacted. But look at this, 105 in Gonzales, 103 in Kennedy, 99 even at the water's edge. Any change for the weekend? Not much, but we'll talk about it anyway coming up in a moment.
Thank you, Mac. And the National Weather Service has issued a fire danger statement for DeWitt and Lavaca counties until 11 o'clock tonight. It is dry to critically dry in those 2 counties with near critical fire weather conditions expected. The bodies of 3 people and a dog have been recovered from a well in an Elgin cornfield. Authorities tell KXAN a man from Red Rock led 3 people from Florida on a hog hunt. The hunting guide said a dog escaped from a truck and fell into the well that had standing water in it about 6 to 8 feet below ground level. One man apparently jumped into the hole to save the dog, and another man and a woman dove in later. The well had a high amount of hydrogen sulfide gas built up inside it, so that likely killed the 3 people and the dog.
The man accused of murdering 5 of his neighbors in San Jacinto County entered a not guilty plea Thursday morning. KTRK reports 39-year-old Francisco Oropesa is charged in the April murders of 5 people in Cleveland. All 5 victims were from Honduras, including a 9-year-old boy. Authorities say Oropesa fled after the shooting, and he was eventually arrested near Conroe, about 20 miles from where the shooting originally took place.
An investigation underway after a 2-month-old boy was found unresponsive in a hot car on Tuesday afternoon. The baby's grandmother told KTRK that the baby's mother did not know she left the 2-month-old in the back of the car. She says the mother thought she left the baby at home while she and her 4-year-old went to a clinic. Authorities now saying the baby is 2 months old, not 3 months as originally thought. They are waiting for autopsy results to find out how the baby boy died.
A 16-year-old Texas girl died due to a cardiac arrest.
The mother says she will never forget the moment she received a call from the cheer camp they were attending at Texas A&M.
She was like sunshine.
For Michelle and Scott Donahue,
Always wanted to befriend anyone and everyone.
there is no greater loss than their 16-year-old daughter, Callie Marie Mitchell.
She left for cheer camp on a Monday, and she was super excited.
Her mother will never forget the moment the cheer coach called from the camp they were attending at Texas A&M.
She called me and said, "Hey, does Callie have trouble waking up in the morning?" I was like, "No, never."
Her parents jumped in their cars and drove to College Station. When they got there, they learned that same coach had performed CPR on Callie.
If it wasn't for Eberly, we would have never had the chance to say goodbye.
Callie was airlifted from College Station to Texas Children's in Houston. She died on August 1st.
Probably was a cardiac arrest that happened first that was caused from long QT syndrome.
It's a genetic disorder that affects the electrical system that controls your heart.
If this for any other parents out there, I know they do physicals every year. EKGs are not part of a physical. Get an EKG.
Their daughter, who started out cheering at the age of 2 for her brother's Little League team, never did.
What did Callie teach you?
Faith.
Faith, for sure.
And even on Instagram, she took a stand for what she believed. Her parents want her to be remembered for the last words she wrote. His plan over mine.
More than anything, she would want them to have faith in God and know that they are redeemed.
Federal prosecutors have seated a grand jury in San Antonio and called witnesses close to Ken Paxton to testify. The Austin American-Statesman reports this comes after Paxton's attorney said there is an active federal investigation of his client. Federal investigators began looking into Paxton in October 2020 following a report from top aides saying that Paxton misused his position to help a campaign donor, Austin developer Nate Paul, then the target of a separate FBI probe.
Austin police arrested a suspect linked to a parking garage explosion at St. David's Medical Center Wednesday evening. KXAN reports 38-year-old Raymond Luke Gardner charged with third-degree felony. Authorities say the incident remains under investigation along with the FBI and the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Police said there were no injuries reported and they haven't found damage to the hospital. Crews making progress toward containing a wildfire still burning Thursday morning in Cedar Park. Authorities said the 37-acre fire was 75% contained as of 9 a.m. Thursday. The fire destroyed a building containing 24 apartments and damaged 2 other apartment buildings. In total, 38 apartment units were damaged by this fire.
The Austin Fire Department responded to a brush fire in East Austin Wednesday night. Authorities said Thursday morning the fire is 100% contained after burning about 100 acres. 2 vacant structures were caught in the fire. No evacuations were needed.
Victoria College has been proudly serving the region for 98 years, and Victoria College President Jennifer Kent tells us it's all about connecting the community with opportunity. Over 10,000 people in Victoria County do not have a high school education, but Victoria College is there ready with open arms to give them that second chance. In the Crossroads region, 1 in 6 adults lack a high school diploma, but through VC's adult education program, it's never been easier to jump right back on track.
And so we all know they're our neighbors, they're our friends, they're our relatives. It's very important that we all reach out to those individuals who have doors closed to them to opportunity. Let them know that we have space at Victoria College in adult education. It's a completely free program. There's no cost to participate. It's all grant funded. We'll get them in here, we'll get them started. They'll get their GED just as soon as they can, and then they'll transition into a program that leads to a great wage.
President Kent says classes kick off Monday, August 21st, and there's still time to register with 1 week left. Students are encouraged to come to campus where they can meet with advisors one-on-one to discuss their career goals. And so here is your viewer poll. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. The question is, do you know someone attending UHV or VC? According to these results, 44% say yes, 35% say no, 8% say they are a UHV graduate, and 11% say they are a VC graduate, and lastly, 2% are currently enrolled. We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote, and we're going to have an update on 25 News Now at 10.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Then when you're on YouTube, you can see us at Crossroads Today. And stay with us. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6. A new report shows soldiers at Fort Cavazos in Killeen are having problems getting food at their base.
Also ahead, the death toll is rising on Maui after the deadliest U.S. wildfire in years.
One of the U.S. Army's largest bases, barely able to keep its food services going for months. Military.com reports the situation at Fort Cavazos near Killeen has left some soldiers with few options for meals. The base had only 2 of its 10 major dining options open every day for much of the summer. The closures forced many soldiers to drive long distances across base, sometimes an hour round trip for their meals. The base provides only a limited shuttle service with none dedicated to dining facilities.
In Hawaii, the death toll is now at 36 as wildfires rage on along the western edge of Maui and parts of the Big Island.
The scope of the damage, called apocalyptic by many on the ground there. Thousands of people have been evacuated by air as major carriers fly in empty planes to carry people to safety.
It's completely devastating. We're shook to our core.
Lahaina looks like a bomb went off. There is nothing left.
The toll to life and property in Maui nearly impossible to comprehend. Laren Gartner lost her popular restaurant, a nearby brewery, and her condo. But that's not her biggest concern right now.
We don't know where our employees are, and we haven't been able to find them.
With the death toll rising, officials worry the devastation will intensify as flames consume more of the island by the hour. Yet forecasters say fire crews could soon catch a break, with high winds from passing Hurricane Dora easing Thursday.
I've directed my team to operate and search as though there are potentially people, survivors, that are in the water.
The Coast Guard has already rescued several people forced into the sea by the fires. Thousands more have fled by air.
We really appreciate what the airlines have done, bringing in larger planes to ensure we get more seats to get more people off the island.
For those still there, the cry for more federal help grows louder.
I feel like we're not getting the help we need, you know? Oh my God.
We're working as quickly as possible to fight these fires and evacuate residents and tourists. Our prayers with the people of Hawaii, but not just our prayers. Every asset we have will be available to them.
Until then,
we're only focusing on survival.
In Honolulu, I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Victoria County is taking out $9 million in debt to fund several projects, including the $1.1 million purchase of new voting machines from election software and systems. You can read this story at crossroadstoday.com.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, lots of sunshine. Isn't that great? I remember when summertime was a great time to go out play outdoors. Now, I don't think so. Right now, we're looking at 95 degrees. It feels like 110. And our high temperature, yep, got up to triple digits once again, 101, comparing to 103, our record-breaking temperature. We haven't had any rain in so long, I forgot what it looks like. Coming up, we'll be talking about what it's going to look like into the weekend. You've got a pretty good idea, so stay tuned. We'll talk about it in a moment. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Not a lot of change in our weather, just plain old wall-to-wall sunshine and triple digits. We got up to 101, 105 in Gonzales, 93 down in Rockport, 95 out in the Palacios area. So I got to tell you, I mean, these temperatures are going into the record books because now not only are we 100-degree days, but we've set new records for consecutive days. And so it's going to be, but what does it do? What does it help you if it's in the record book? It was 100 degree, it was a record day. It's just hot, okay? 101 for us is today. These are the forecast observed highs. And you can see how if you go down 35, look at the amazing numbers. 111, 110, 110, 110. Eesh, it's gonna be tough. Not a lot of change as we get to tomorrow. Dome of doom still on top of us. We have the satellite radar on, but there's nothing. I mean, it's all sunshine today, and that's one of the reasons why we're quite warm. Now, the dome of doom is going to be parked on us for probably 4 more weeks. I'm thinking that by the time we get to mid-September, the shorter days, as we get closer into fall, we'll see less and less heat coming in. So that's going to help finally give us a break. In terms of tropical activity, there's hardly anything moving out there, and we do expect it to start getting busy. Heat advisories in effect for all of us. That would be, Jackson County, Victoria County. We have the heat warning, excessive heat warning. Therefore, you just need to take it easy if you're going to be doing anything significant outdoors. I mean, if you're walking across the street, not so bad, but working hard out there, that's tough. And the heat wave goes on from Louisiana all the way into Kansas, and you can see all of us are under that dome. Now, in addition to the heat affecting us as human beings, we have a red flag warning up. Now, we've got high temperatures, very dry conditions, and the last couple of days, you might have noticed we had a very brisk afternoon wind in the 30-mile-an-hour range. Can you imagine something taking off? So let's all be cautious. Now, I know the county is not under that red flag warning, but you might have family up here. You might have, other ranch property or something like that, cattle, got to be cautious. We all have to be careful because pretty much in fact, I'm going to say, 4/5 of the state is under that red flag warning. The chances of us changing are pretty slim. The dome is still on top of us. I was hoping that you'll see this easterly wave start to roll under it. It's got to go, it's not going to go through it, it's got to go under it along this line. And at this point in time, it looks like it's going to go so far south, it will affect northern Mexico. But in terms of us, our chances of getting anything are pretty slim, even though I put something in the forecast just to make you feel a little better, okay? Otherwise, here's our marine forecast for tomorrow. If anybody's going fishing, you just need to know what time sunrise is. There's your high tide at 5 in the morning, your low tide 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Winds will gust up to 25 in the afternoon hours, so just keep that in mind. But most of you are going to be fishing at sunrise, I know that. All right, looking at 96 for Port Lavaca, we're looking at 103 for Cuero, and all of us in the crossroads dealing with triple digits all the way through the weekend. Again, the heat index is going to be at about 110. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have the QR code. We'd love for you to scan that and put Crossroads Today on your phone. Here's Karina.
Thank you, Mac. And now here's Sports Director Gino Perez.
Thanks, Karina. The NFL is back, and Victoria East quarterback is also back under the center. See what I mean in sports. At Crossroads, the Athlete of the Week's time is over here in Victoria, but we take a look at how he did and the Generals did this season. In a winner-go-home game against the Seguin River Monsters, Generals outfielder Xavier Perez had one of his best games with a big offensive and defensive performance. The Texas State Bobcat had a grand slam and a catch at the wall that was close to being a home run and saved a couple of runs. Perez reflects on the snag.
I've never robbed a home run before, so I might have to go with that. That was a pretty awesome moment. I felt like a little kid again, out there playing baseball, having fun with the game. So that was definitely an awesome moment.
The Corpus Christi native had a great season, considering he was added to the team midway through the season. He had a .353 batting average through the 18 games and 68 at-bats that he had as a General. He also totaled 10 runs, 20 hits, 5 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. Perez knew with bases loaded and 2 outs with a full count, which is almost storybook, he had to come up big, and he did.
Yeah, I was just looking for something up, trying to get something that I could, do some damage with, and fortunately, it gave me a good pitch to hit, and I was able to deliver.
Perez was named to the All-TCL team as an outfielder, along with 5 of his teammates and head coach Michael Oros, who was named as Manager of the Year for helping lead the Generals to its best regular season in Generals history with a record of 32-15 and having a record-setting 12-game win streak this season. The only critique Oros has about Perez is that he wished he would have joined the team sooner.
That's him, you know. We got him late. We wish we could have him the whole time. He's a gamer. He's a competitor. He comes up with the big hit and the full count of the bases loaded, and then immediately the next inning goes out there and makes a play at the wall, which is a huge momentum changer for us. We make that play come off the field feeling real good about ourselves versus the opposite that could have happened.
The Victoria Generals came up just shy of making it back to the Texas Collegiate League Championship game and winning its 3rd TCL title, but gave the fans something to cheer about. Being named to the All-TCL team, along with the Grand Slam and the catch at the wall, are the reasons why Xavier Perez is the Athlete of the Week. Well, football is back tonight, and the Houston Texans are taking on the New England Patriots, which mean a former Victoria East quarterback is back on the field. Bailey Zappi got the start tonight since the Patriots are not starting any of its starters. And so far, Zappi is 1 for 1 for 6 yards. Now the Patriots and Texans have only met twice before tonight in the preseason, and this is Zappi's going to be his first time starting this year, but I'm sure it won't be his last. Zappi and the gang will be back in Texas when the Patriots take on the Dallas Cowboys on October 1st for some Sunday night football. Time will only tell if he can win the starting job by then. The game is on our sister station on the CW. And speaking of the Dallas Cowboys, they take on Jacksonville Jaguars in its first preseason game on Saturday. It will be on MeTV at 4 o'clock. Well, Don, that's just super exciting, and the game is going on right now, and unfortunately, you may have some trouble watching it because it has some blackouts, but still, great to see Zappi on the field again.
Well, if the Texans defense has some blackouts against Bailey tonight, that wouldn't be a problem for us who have known him so long and so well. Go, Bailey.
That's right. Well, thank you, Don, and thank you, Gino, because we're going to be back in a moment. A baby elephant caught on camera having way too much fun at a zoo in England.
And playtime does not stop for a baby elephant. At a zoo in England, the 11-month-old Asian elephant caught on a night vision camera playing with a toy in the dark at the Zoo Center for Elephant Care. The camera is installed to monitor the herd at night. It's vital for both their care and for the zoo's professionals working with wild Asian elephants. The zoo houses 7 Asian elephants, including a male and 5 females.
Oh,
wow,
that's called a happy baby there.
And you know what they use for suitcases? They use trunks with them.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say elephants are actually my favorite animals.
Oh yeah, they're so cute.
Gentle creatures.
It's amazing. They're so large, yet they cuddle up to each other. You know, it's cute.
Look at it run. Look at his little tail. Waggling it away.
Having fun. Well, folks, we continue with the very warm weather. Triple digits of forecast again tomorrow. And the heat advisories continue in effect. So whatever you're doing to try and stay cool, keep going. Glimmer of hope that we have a sprinkle or two beginning on Monday. Otherwise, we stay in the triple digit category. It's going to be a long summer before this one's finally over.
You have to have an elephant's memory to recall the last time we had rain here.
Exactly. Maybe they remember because I don't remember.
That's for sure. Thank you, Mac, and thanks for joining us.
We hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 10.